Fuji is canceled? Well, at least at EPCOT. Today, we're uncovering the abandoned plans for a roller coaster at the Japan Pavilion. Plus, we've come up with a brand new attraction to take its place that you'll want to snag a lightning lane for ASAP. It's history and innovation all rolled into one, right here on this canceled episode of Idiot's Guide to Imagineering. Hello, Imagine Idiots. It's Amanda, and welcome to episode 9 of season 3. I'm pumped to be back with you for the second canceled episode of the season. Now, I know you were all excited to hear my voice on the intro, but I'm not just here for commentary today. I'm actually presenting a Japan-inspired project I worked on with Steven. Speaking of, today I'm joined by not 2, not 3, but 4 all-you-can-eat sushi buffet enthusiasts by the names of Steven, Kaity, Marissa, and Jenny. Konnichiwa!
Konnichiwa!
Konnichiwa! Hello!
Sushi.
That just made me so hungry.
My stomach is actually growling.
I do love all you can
I hope it's not picked up in the
go
audio.
For a nigiri
I hope it
right
is.
now.
Yes. Add a sound effect of my stomach or just keep the one that's already there.
How was that?
Love it.
Well, it's good to have the Fab 5 OG idiots back together for an episode. Before we go any further, I want to take this opportunity to welcome any new listeners to our show. We love nothing more than making new friends, so feel free to say hello across our various forms of social media.
Hey, it's Kaity. Normally, I'd be the one to share all the details, but since we've got Jenny here, our resident tech and social media expert, and if the sarcasm didn't just hit you like a ton of bricks, let me assure you, she is not. But Jenny, can you go ahead and tell everyone where to find us?
Well, I mean, I'm still over here trying to figure out how to log into our outline for this episode. But in the meantime, make sure to follow at Idiots Imagineering on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Threads, and Blue Sky. Shoot us a message and say hello. One of them will definitely know how to respond because it won't be me.
Accurate.
I'm still trying to figure out what Blue Sky is. So
Same.
Not far behind you.
Aren't we all?
Well, hello, it's Marissa here. And while you're out there searching for us and following us everywhere else, why not subscribe to our show wherever you're listening to us right now? Go on, hit that button. We'll wait. But seriously, we love finding and connecting with new listeners who are as delightfully idiotic about Disney as we are.
And in other exciting news, which is perfectly on brand for today's topic, I have officially booked my stay at the Tokyo Disneyland Hotel in April.
Woo!
And I cannot wait to report back on my Tokyo Disney Resort experience. So expect a full recap coming your way in May.
I can't even hear about it. I'm so jealous. I just don't even want to talk about it. Get out of here.
I'm just going to FaceTime y'all the whole time, just 24 hours a day.
No,
Keep
just
it
Live
me.
streaming.
You
You
should
should,
put me
just
in
come
your
with me.
suitcase.
you should
Okay,
become
okay.
one of those Twitch streamers, Steven.
Oh, true.
Oh,
Mhm.
Yeah, maybe.
Stream, put like a
Get-
camera on
what
your
do they do?
head
They
and
give you
just-
like coins or something? Like,
But he doesn't like the
Yeah.
attention, so...
I hate
no.
attention.
He's so shy.
So shy.
Oh,
Jenny and I are on the same page.
please, someone else talk. I don't like it.
Well, I'll do it. Well, since we're venturing back to World Showcase this week, I don't think we've ever asked this one on the show, but it seems like such an obvious prompt. What's everyone's favorite World Showcase pavilion? I'll go first. So, this one's like kind of tough for me. I've always loved the UK pavilion because I feel like it's I've been to the UK, so I see it, I'm like, oh my gosh, it looks exactly the same. But I also really now love the French pavilion with how they have Ratatouille
Yeah.
back in the back, and you can like really walk back and experience
That really
it. It's
added
just-
a lot
It's
to that.
so pretty over there.
pavilion.
So I love that one so much. How about you, Steven?
Mine has always been, like, since I was very young, it's always been Norway. I had a huge connection to Maelstrom. I loved that shop. I loved their outfits. I've always loved Norway. And then I got
Hanging
to
out
go
in the
there.
perfume center.
Yes.
Exactly. In the perfume center, trying to meet the perfume creator who was always there. I mean, that's got to be his full-time job, is working in that store.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I got to go there. And I also think, like, I wonder if I would have ever chosen to go there if it hadn't been for EPCOT. Like, I really think that was a big inspiration for why I picked that as a vacation destination. And it was just, it was incredibly magical. So thank you, EPCOT, for sending me to Norway.
No shame in that.
Yeah. What about you, Katie?
Oh, mine's a toss-up. I wasn't thinking of France originally, and I'm still not going to pick it, but it was a good one, and Amanda brought some good points. That Ratatouille, that area really did kind of mix things up. But mine's a toss-up, I think, between Germany and I'm going to go with Japan. I feel like those are both just super immersive little areas. I love going and getting drinks in Germany, but also I love to eat German food, so I'm always hungry when I'm over there. And I do really like when you can go in and they have the caramel corn, and it just smells like you just smell it as soon as you walk in. It like smacks you in the face. So that I love. And then obviously Japan is just the epitome of immersion, where I love the store. I think we talked about it in an episode not that long ago. The food, the quick service they have that's like kind of hidden in the back. It's like every time you go there, you can like experience or find something new that you didn't realize was there before. So I really like that. I feel like it has a ton of repeatability.
Good. We're going to add a little bit to that today.
Ooh. All right. Well, Jenny, what about you?
Yeah, I have to say Germany too. And I love the beer garden restaurant. It's like you're going to a little dinner show, and it's so immersive. But I do have to say, oh, go ahead.
Oh, no. Is Germany the one with the trains, or is that Italy? It's Germany, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I love a miniature railroad.
Oh my gosh, I know.
A miniature railroad. They have like a huge warehouse in New Jersey. It's like 45 minutes from me, and I'm trying to talk people into going. So if y'all want to come up, I really want to get out to this
I feel
miniature
like we
warehouse.
all love little miniature things.
My uncle used to collect them and had like whole cities and towns in his garage. He has it set up to like whole one.
My grandfather had a whole room where he built like the city.
Yeah, that's what my uncle did.
It's funny in the Imagineering story, the book that I was reading, Katie and I were reading it. There's a lot of talk about how Walt was really inspired by miniature sets, and that's how he came up with Disneyland. He was first working on a miniature village for people to come see, and he was like, what if we made this full scale? So I think that's probably why we all love that.
Okay.
That's a good one. And then I would also say, I think just as far as ambiance, Italy's a really good one too. I really like the pavilions where you can go really far back, because it kind of feels like it takes you away from the park and you're a little more immersed in that country. So I do love how far back you can go in Italy.
What's that little pizza or like the wine bar pizza restaurant in there?
Oh, is it Via Napoli?
Yeah. I always like that. It's like a nice little treat.
Yeah. It's not like if you can't see the World Showcase Lagoon, you really feel like you're there.
Yes, agree. What about you, Marissa?
I think Japan is my number one, but we talked a lot about that. So I'm going to also talk about my number two is definitely Morocco. I feel like it's just so pretty. I love the tile by the fountain. I feel like when you walk into the back of Morocco, there's so many little hidden pockets. And every time I go, I feel like I find something new. And I just feel like I'm walking right into Aladdin. So
there's little streets all back through there. Like you really are immersed in that one.
I feel like I'm just a street rat.
It's kind of hidden too. It feels like there's never a lot of people back there, which is kind of nice.
We saw Aladdin back there one time. It was like, whoa. Yeah. Whoa, does anyone else know he's here?
Well, now you can see the genie back there. At Genie's Magical Musical Review, which is from episode 2 of this season. So go check it out.
I was
nice little
thinking
plug
of that.
Just makes it even better for Marissa.
Exactly.
Well, it's time for our Imagineering Project of the Week. For those joining us for the first time, each week our team selects a project manager to develop a thoughtful, strategic proposal for a new or updated Disney park, resort, or experience. Our ideas are grounded in reality, taking into account current technology and park layouts. While we're mindful of budget considerations, we're not limited by them, allowing for informed creativity that fits within the Disney brand. This week's project managers are Amanda and Stephen.
This is EPCOT Center. EPCOT Center at Walt Disney World in Florida.
EPCOT in the mid 1980s was like the straight A student showing up to the cool kids party. So like basically me in high school. And when it first opened in 1982, it was all about the look how smart we are educational stuff. But a few years later, Disney realized it was kind of like the kid in the corner with the glasses and no one really wanted to talk to. And so they figured, all right, we need to add like a cool factor, some thrills, excitement, something that'll draw the crowd in like they were doing at Magic Kingdom.
Wow, I've never heard Epcot referred to that way.
Because
That's
it
what
was the
we
nerd
did.
club.
Yeah,
And
it's kind of accurate.
Apologies to anyone with glasses. Like you can be cool with glasses, but don't be the weird one in the corner.
Yeah,
with
I have glasses that have
I have
no
glasses.
prescription that I wear just to
Oh,
be cool.
gosh.
So,
Yeah.
and I don't think anyone has ever thought I'm cool, but
You did.
that has nothing to do with the glasses.
Now it explains why
No.
Epcot's my favorite park.
I was
just
like,
hate it
Marissa's
so much.
literally wearing glasses right in front of us.
Glasses 24/7, y'all. I'm
Sitting in the
blind.
corner.
I'm in
Okay,
the corner.
4 eyes. Over there.
Thanks.
Awkward.
Back to
Well,
my high school days.
She really resonated with that intro, Amanda.
Yeah.
She
Right?
really took it to heart. Well, there were several notable projects in the works for the Epcot update. For example, there was the Rhine River Cruise for the Germany Pavilion. Jenny and Katie would have loved that. It was a canceled scenic boat ride showcasing Germany's culture and shockingly halted due to budget cuts. There was an Equatorial Africa Pavilion, which was planned to highlight African culture with live performances and interactive exhibits, which never moved forward. We have the African Outpost, though, but that's like a shack.
Mhm.
We've got there was the Spain Pavilion, which was scrapped after initial plans for a Don Quixote ride. That would have been
Ooh.
incredible.
That would have been so
And
much fun.
they were going to do like displays of Spanish art and history, and that was also derailed by financial issues.
I can't wait for that canceled episode.
And a Switzerland Pavilion, which you may remember us covering on season 1, episode 15. And during that episode, we mentioned that we might do a future episode on our topic today. And we're finally getting around to it a year and a half later, but we always keep our promises here at Idiot's Guide to Imagineering.
These projects, among others, never saw the light of day, but perhaps the most thrilling missed opportunity was headed for the Japan Pavilion. Selected as part of the expansion, Imagineers had a thrilling vision for the area that would have combined speed and storytelling in a way that the park had never seen before. And at the heart of this plan was a concept for the Mount Fuji attraction, a high-speed roller coaster designed not only to deliver intense thrills, but to immerse guests in Japanese rich culture and heritage and breathtaking landscapes.
Oh, wow. I'm just like picturing that land getting this whole
Right?
upgrade.
Yeah.
You should have
Thrill
done
ride.
that.
Mhm.
Wow.
Like a
Shooting
thrill
on high.
inside of that pavilion. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
I kill everyone. That pavilion is fun enough as it is.
I know. You're just
Pavilion
hard to-
overload.
Can't
just
handle
Can't
it
handle
all.
that.
Shopping. What do you got? Those candies and now this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pearls.
Jeez.
You got it all.
Wow.
Food, noodles.
Hibachi.
My dream.
Drummers.
Yeah. Well, the proposed attraction would have been an ambitious but immersive experience, blending thrills with cultural storytelling. Imagine racing through a replica of Japan's most iconic mountain, Mount Fuji, on a roller coaster that zips around a lush garden, traditional pagodas, and stunning architecture designed to capture the tranquil beauty of Japan. The ride promised a unique mix of speed and serenity as you whizzed around and through the mountain. The concept art is actually insane. So it really kind of shows a coaster like bursting out of the side of this mountain and traveling around it.
Okay.
And I'll post some pictures of the concept art on Instagram, so make sure to check those out.
And in true Epcot fashion, this attraction was more than just a thrill ride. Of course, the Imagineers planned to weave in educational experiences throughout the journey, so riders would encounter moments highlighting essential aspects of Japanese history, art, and mythology. You could expect to see nods to Japan folklore, featuring legends of yokai, which is like supernatural creatures, and kami, which are spirits, and alongside representations of traditional arts like calligraphy and tea ceremonies. Plus, there would be glimpses of Japan's technological advancements, bringing its rich heritage with modern innovation.
I
I
really
think I
love
said
that.
innovation, but y'all know
I
I
think
meant
you did.
Innovation.
It's okay.
Okay,
Interventions.
I'm just here in Alabama. It's fine. Interventions.
Well, the ride experience aimed to create a seamless blend of adrenaline-fueled excitement and moments of quiet reflection. So you kind of got a little bit of both. You'd feel the rush of rapid accelerations and thrilling dips simulating the drastic ascent and descent of Mount Fuji. Yet these high-speed segments would have been interspersed with tranquil interludes, allowing for riders to take in Japan's cultural richness. This thoughtful design would showcase Japan's duality, its deep-rooted traditions juxtaposed with cutting-edge modern technology. And the ride might have even concluded with a peaceful moment of reflection, letting guests fully appreciate the beauty and depth of the culture they experienced just then.
Oh, wow. That's really cool.
Yeah, I feel like it's interesting that it got that far.
Mhm.
I love the idea of the ups and downs. Like, it is kind of like a roller coaster of an experience with high speed, but also slow moments. So it's really, I really wanted to carry that on.
Epcot just
And
does
you'll
such a
see
good
later.
job of mixing like educational aspects with like fun and excitement. And
Yeah.
they did a really nice job as that. Even as a kid, like I remember like doing things like Body Wars and different
Mhm.
experiences like that. And it like made you excited to learn about that stuff. So
Yeah.
I like the idea of this. And I feel like, again, sadly this didn't happen, but they hit the nail on the head with this one.
Yeah, and like no offense to Maelstrom, because it was a thrill, let me tell you. I loved it. But I would have loved to see like an actual thrill ride
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
World Showcase. That would have
Right.
been
Mhm.
like
Mm-hmm.
just like a little extra something for that area in
Mhm.
Epcot.
And
Yep,
we still
agreed.
don't have one, really.
Yeah, there still isn't one to this day.
Yeah.
Epcot's
Mhm.
just coming around to the thrill aspect. I feel like
Yeah.
Test Track was the first dip into the water.
Hey, Ratatouille spins around.
Oh, true. Well,
It's not
Mission
a
Space, I'm not even
thrill.
going to call that
It's
a thrill.
if the animatronics in Frozen are working.
That's
Right.
true.
Yeah.
If the faces are on,
Yeah.
I'm thrilled.
Well, despite the excitement surrounding the Mount Fuji project, several factors contributed to its eventual cancellation. You'll be shocked to hear this one. The costs of developing such an ambitious attraction grew, and Disney's management began to scrutinize the project's viability, and particular as they evaluated their overall budget for Epcot.
And additionally, during the late 80s and 90s, Disney shifted its focus toward attractions that aligned more closely with contemporary themes and family-friendly experiences, which kind of led to the reevaluation of the existing proposals they were coming up with, and that included Mount Fuji. But finally, changes in Disney's executive leadership also influenced this project's priorities, and this kind of put the final nail in the coffin for the Mount Fuji concept.
Has there ever been a canceled project we've done that hasn't been canceled because of money? I feel like it's almost
I think that's
always
probably
money, right?
the biggest factor of any of these projects. And
Yeah.
I mean, we still see that today. A lot of times less canceled. I mean, some are, but you see a lot of more
Scaled
more
down.
modified and
Yeah.
in ways of
Wasn't the Jim Henson one though some like money or contract stuff?
Well, Jenny, if you listen to our canceled Muppet episode, you would know.
Jeez. Called me out.
wow.
Whoa.
Yikes.
Steven, what episode is that?
Yes. Steven, get the
That
episode
is
number out.
Season 2, episode 15.
Steven
Yes, they
usually
were-
can tell us episode numbers. And
I'll give you the cliff
Yeah.
notes, Jenny. Yes.
Jeez. Okay.
They were in contract negotiations to
we
merge,
go.
and then Jim Henson had passed away,
Yes.
and the family did not want to move forward at that point.
See, I remember. It's a
Yes.
lot of episodes ago.
Season
my
2,
project.
episode 13.
it was my project with
Whoa,
Kaity. I still
Steven.
can't. And I
Yes,
still can't
I remember that.
I still can't remember.
episode 13.
Thanks, Marissa.
You're welcome.
Well, although the Mount Fuji attraction never made it off the ground, its ideas still stick with us today. The Japan Pavilion at Epcot is still rocking the Japanese culture vibe, as we've already mentioned, with the architecture, gardens, shopping, and food. But let's be real, there's still a hole where that Mount Fuji ride should have been. Disney had big plans to mix education and fun with that ride, showing off their early visions of blending storytelling with cutting-edge attractions.
Well, in the end, the Mount Fuji ride might have been a dream deferred, but it's still a big part of Epcot's history. And it's a reminder that building the perfect attraction isn't always smooth sailing. Even though we never got to hop on that ride, the concept still gets Disney fans talking, and it's a solid example of how the magic of Disney is all about big thinking and sometimes not quite pulling it off.
Do you think that they should have spent their money on this ride and maybe got rid of something else in the process.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they could have scaled back elsewhere. And
Yeah, the thrill ride is really
Mhm.
missing.
Mhm.
yeah.
I wonder how different Epcot would be overall if they had something like this, like in its history, like earlier on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I feel like for people who aren't Disney purists like us, they immediately think of Epcot as no fun.
Mhm.
Right.
And it's changing now with
Mhm.
Cosmic Rewind and
It's
the
helped.
update to Test Track and things like that. I
Mhm.
think it's going to come into its own in a
Yeah.
thrill aspect. But I think, even us growing up, that was before Mission Space. We
yeah.
remember the days before Test Track, and we still loved it.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
we were already bought into the Disney experience.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
seems crazy that from 1982 till the early 2000s, there really wasn't much of an enticing factor for anyone who was just looking to be excited and thrilled.
I
Yeah.
think it's still seen as a half-day park by a lot of
Mhm.
families who have
Which is
younger kids.
crazy.
Mhm. Especially when there's not a food festival. I hear that a lot.
Yeah.
What is there even to do?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think if you're a kid, you're younger, you kind of don't want to go past Future World because I remember never
Yeah,
having any
we
interest
rarely went to
in-
World Showcase as a kid.
Yeah.
You're right. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It's almost like
with
there's this
my
line
dad.
that
We were
cuts off.
at World Showcase the whole time. We were
I
going to
think-
go in every corner of every
Oh.
place.
Oh, we just went to Germany.
That sounds so.
Yeah, my dad loves Epcot. I do too,
Mhm.
but it's always
But
been his favorite.
it's one of those parks I think you come to love it as an adult because I love
Yeah.
it now, but it at one time was my least favorite park.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
it's
It-
like part of growing up. It's like, oh,
Yes.
now, it's the relaxing part
100%.
to me.
My dad.
You're
sorry.
old when Epcot's become your favorite
Yeah,
park.
yes.
Yeah, it was my dad's favorite growing up, and he would have to drag us to go. And then once I got to be in high school and a little bit older, then I grew to love it. But it was like
Yes.
a chore. We'd be like, no, Magic Kingdom,
Mhm.
what are you doing?
Right.
Yes.
As we're talking about this, it's really making me think that when I think of World Showcase as a child, I think of Mexico and Norway, and we never made it past that because those were where the rides were.
Oh,
Mm.
yeah.
There are no other. Are there
Yeah.
any other rides, or were there at that time? No.
There weren't.
No.
So we'd make it to Norway, and then we'd go back because
Yeah.
there wasn't
What's the
anything else
point?
to ride. So yeah,
Can't go any
interesting.
further.
Japan is directly across. I mean, it's not centered. The American Pavilion is, but it's right next to it. That would have brought people so much deeper into World
Mhm.
Showcase,
Mhm.
which is more money. It's more money spent on food and merchandise and things like
Yeah.
that. So
And then the
Yeah.
show, the video at Canada was always such a treat. Martin Short.
Yes.
oh my gosh,
So that would have just brought everyone all the way around.
they've removed Martin Short, and I haven't been since,
No,
and I'm
and I'm not
really
going I didn't
even know they
disappointed
did.
to
Why
hear
would
that.
you even bother now?
I think
He's
it's
still
Catherine
there as far as
O'Hara
I know.
and someone else now.
Oh, yeah, you're
Oh,
right.
but I do love her.
I do
Mhm.
love her, so I'd go for that. But
Okay.
It's not the same.
I loved
Martin-
that show.
Martin killed it. It was great.
Martin
Nice.
killed it.
Their guy.
Martin was all over that part because he was doing the making of me. He was the narrator
Yes.
for that too, wasn't
Yes.
We need
Yeah.
another
Mhm.
episode for why that was
We'll do-
canceled and pulled out of the park because
he? The making of me or Oh
no,
Canada?
him not being there anymore.
Oh,
we need
he's
to
just
figure
been
that out.
Let's
completely
do a
removed.
multi-parter.
Let's get him on the show to talk about
Yeah,
how he
he's not
feels
busy.
about it.
Right in between his Murder in the Building podcast
Yes.
show. He'll
Yeah.
love this.
Plenty of time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, now it's time for Stephen and me to take a whack at it. We now present to you our version of the abandoned Mount Fuji attraction.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm excited for this.
Okay, so this season we've been pretty focused on creating IP-inspired content, as that's really the direction that Disney is officially taking with parks and experiences and Imagineering. So Amanda and I thought of ways to include familiar characters and stories that we know and love into this attraction, but it just did not feel true to the original canceled project. And we wanted to honor it in a way that was intended. It was intended for all those years ago. So we're using our canceled card here to bring you a totally unique and original Disney Parks experience. So, like we mentioned, in the original canceled project, Imagineers said the attraction would have combined speed and storytelling in a way that the park had never seen before.
And we're going to keep true to that vision. So book your ticket now for Bullet Train Japan, a high-speed tour.
Ooh.
Wait, I have to say, I'm a nerd. And this last week I discovered some YouTube account and they take these like luxury trains across. So they've been across like Canada. They did a Japanese one, like a luxury one. And so I am now all about these like crazy
Kaity.
train rides. This could not be. Oh, I know you are, Jenny.
The ones on the Orient Express.
Yes,
Yeah.
Jenny
Jenny
did
loves
that
the
one.
train.
Well, when I was in China, I got the opportunity to take business class on a bullet train from Beijing into
Luxury.
all over the country. And it was like this private little room. And it was the three of us. It was me, my boyfriend, and his mom. And we had these like fully lay down seats on this bullet
nice.
train. They were bringing us
Oh my
food.
God.
Like you could just, they brought us pillows and blankets. And I was like, I never want to travel any other way
my
again.
God.
And it was obviously half the price of what it would be in the US. But I mean, we're really going to give you that experience today.
Ooh, this is perfect timing. Good. I'm glad. Yay.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
Okay. Well, you're going to enter the queue, which is designed as the modern alleyways of Shinjuku. Imagine narrow streets with hanging lanterns, bright lights, and storefronts with all types of Easter eggs like Tadashi's Sushi Bar or Kingdom Hearts Hotel.
I love that. Can you get sushi little bites while you're in line waiting?
Maybe we could add that in. Maybe it's like a little window and you could
Yeah.
grab a little sushi snack.
Oh, that would be cool.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll let you keep it.
At the end of the queue, you'll enter a small train station. Inside, you'll be greeted by two Japanese performing artists who just happen to be from K-pop groups Steven and I love.
You can't put Amanda and me together and not
Don't
expect
worry about it.
something to come out.
Nothing
Worry about yourself, okay? So Nikki from Enhypen
Hi, I'm Nikki.
and Momo from Twice.
Hi, Momo.
They've taken time out of their busy work schedules to show you around their beautiful home country. No better way to experience it from the locals. Even if they aren't household names to the typical Disney guest, this is a new type of exposure for them.
And just to be clear, as I was listening to Amanda talk, I was thinking that Nikki from Enhypen, that is a male. Just
Yes,
to be
and
clear. I don't know
Momo
if it
is a
doesn't really.
female.
And Momo is a female from
Oh.
Twice. So
I would not have known
it
that.
doesn't really make a difference, but just so you know, we've got
So we
the
know.
coverage from both
You're here to
genders
provide
here.
us with the K-pop info.
And it
That's
doesn't
right.
matter either, but they're both stunning.
I'm
They are.
sure.
Beautiful.
As is everybody in the K-pop world.
That's true.
We considered a few other Japanese celebrities like George Takei, but we wanted to go with a contemporary, youthful, and dynamic vibe. Sorry, George. This isn't your grandma's tour. Again, sorry, George. Unless your grandma's into cutting-edge technology and panoramic views. Inside the train, we'll spotlight Japan's futuristic innovations, all while the breathtaking natural landscape outside reminds us where it all started.
Katie, it looked like you had a thought about George.
Oh, well, I did. I just I feel like, yes, I love that.
She
you
doesn't want to
guys
hurt his
chose-
feelings.
I know. I don't want to hurt his feelings, but I feel like that's always a struggle that we're on where it's like finding things that mean a lot to us and then also
Mhm.
finding balance that like these aren't just for us, these rides. Like it has to
Right.
appeal to a wider audience. So I think that's very, very smart to do. Obviously, K-pop is massive right now and very huge, especially in the youths of today. So I feel like that was a great
And the
job. Good tie-in.
non-youths.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
and there's no Korean pavilion, so there's an opportunity there to bring it in through
mhm.
their actual home countries
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
their home country of Japan.
It's a great way to tie it in. I like
Mhm.
it. Good use. Good use. Sorry,
Thank
George.
you.
Sorry.
Well, from here, you're going to enter into the bullet train boarding platform where you'll climb inside your train cars that can seat up to 6 people, 3 on each side facing each other.
Okay, so here's how it's going to work. We contemplated for a while on what the ride system would be. Even though it was the original plan, we felt a roller coaster just isn't really going to work for what we're wanting. We already have Cosmic Rewind across the park, and let's not forget there's also the Big Hero 6 coaster Kaity replaced Mission Space with back on Season 2, Episode 24. Fan favorite.
Epcot's wild.
Yeah. So instead, we were inspired by some older technology combined with some very new technology, which felt like it really tied in with our theme of old and new Japan. So this attraction will be built with the same ride system foundation as
Tomorrowland Transit Authority Metroliner Nonstop, now departing Rocket Tower Plaza Station for a round-trip Super Skyway tour.
My favorite.
Mhm. It provides the perfect system that we're trying to do here. So it can simply slow you down and speed you up, just like a train. And I mean, I guess technically this is a train, but you know what I mean. So for those engineering nerds like me out there, these are linear induction motors, or LIMs, which are a series of electromagnets embedded into the track to propel the ride vehicles forward. It's very environmentally friendly as well, which is important because Japan is considered a leader in promoting environmentally friendly train systems. So it all ties together. So here's where the cool tech comes in. The ride vehicles will be fully enclosed with huge windows in the front and on the sides, but these aren't just regular windows, they're smart windows. So using smart glass and projection mapping, we're going to make it look like you're seeing epic scenes outside of the train. And then when we want you to check out actual real life set pieces and set decorated rooms, we just switch off the projections. It's like flipping between a movie and reality in real time. So for anyone who's queued for Tron before, it's the same technology from the room where that digital window is that fades to clear glass overlooking the launch point. So we're just going to do that with the windows of your train. So that way we can keep you seeing what we want you to see, or turn it off to see the room that you're in.
That's cool. I like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So, like the original project from the 80s, we're putting this attraction in the exact same spot. There is currently a show building in the spot that houses I'm going to say this incorrectly, the Mitsukoshi department store, but we're sorry to say that's getting gutted. Now, the portion of the store on the side of the pavilion where the Pearl Ladies are and all of that is going to remain intact and operational. It's just that very back section. There's like a lot of food and snacks back there.
Yeah, that's the best part,
That's the best part.
Steven.
We will
What are you doing?
relocate that.
Katie and I
We
are
will
not in
relocate the
agreement.
food.
I
Fine.
wish
Don't worry.
I wish people could see Marissa and my face when you said
Their
that.
faces are, they're like, cancel the whole thing, shut it down in the
Cancel
episode.
again.
Cancel the
part two.
canceled.
This is a
Cancel the
project getting
canceled.
canceled, not for budget,
But for
for
snacks.
food.
The store is the best
We-
part.
We will relocate the food for
Okay,
you. I'll make
okay.
sure that it is not lost.
What about the
Okay.
little decorative
We might have to cut
fans?
down on some Hello Kitty
I
plush
was
on
going
the
to
wall.
say,
or
what about the
something.
Hello Kitty?
They're not. We're gonna keep it all in. It's just gonna be a little more consolidated. You're gonna thank us
You
later.
know there's going to be like a gift shop when you come out of the mountain.
It's true.
so-
That's true.
That's where your
Okay,
food
Could
will be.
rehouse a lot of
Right.
And
fat
you're
there.
getting this sushi spot in the line. So
Oh, true.
That's
don't
true.
forget.
That is
Don't
true.
forget.
Okay.
You're gonna be less hungry.
That's
All
important.
right. Well, we're
Yeah.
working with you on this journey. Okay, we're staying
Okay.
on the train.
Well, this is going to be a major scale construction project. The ride system will require a massive 4-story show building, but luckily we have a mountain that we're building to conceal it in. Now, the size of the mountain is also important, though. It can't be too massive, otherwise it turns into the focal point of World Showcase, and that's really not our intention. We don't want to make Japan like better per se than all the others, but it will be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It really should just blend in with all the other countries, and also appear grandiose when you're standing in front of it inside the Japanese or the Japan pavilion. So we're going to use forced perspective to make sure that it appears miles and miles away. But check out the map on our Instagram to get a bird's eye view of kind of what we're envisioning there.
In the pre-show, Nikki and Momo are here to tell you this isn't just any train. It's a next-level super VIP bullet train powered by cutting-edge magnetic speed tech. We'll be zipping across Japan, touring city to city, and getting you back here in 8 minutes. I mean, hours with a cute little wink. Okay, so y'all remember how the original was designed to immerse guests in Japan's rich cultural heritage and landscapes? We're keeping that vision going by selecting 3 major cities for us to visit along our journey that span the country from top to bottom.
As we leave Tokyo, we will head north. During this time, you'll feel the train speed up on an incline, and the windows will be projections of the beautiful countryside en route to our first destination, Sapporo. Although the train will actually be speeding up on the track, we're going to use the projections to amplify the speed even more, so we're really giving you that bullet feel at this point. Nikki and Momo will be narrating along the way and pointing out unique Japanese nature sites and landscapes and any major attractions.
As we arrive in Sapporo, we will pass through a short tunnel. This is to transition the windows back to transparent as we enter a fully set decorated Sapporo. So here you'll see, once we're here in Sapporo, you're going to start in, okay, y'all just bear with me.
We've got a lot
Japanese-
of Japanese names here, and we're
Yes.
doing our best to pronounce them.
So we'll start in Susukino, one of Japan's most famous entertainment districts, teeming with noodle restaurants, clubs, shops, and pachinko parlors, which is like a cross between pinball and slot machines. And then next, here we go. Next, we're going to Kokui Takino Susuran Hillside National Park. And that park not only boasts beautiful expanses of bright flowers during warmer months, but you can also rent skis and take advantage of free snow tubing and sledding during the winter.
Heck yeah.
The pictures are beautiful. And then we have to end on the go-to night view spot in Sapporo, which is on Mount Moiwa. It's situated at an altitude of 531 meters, and it's called the Northern Jewelry Box. Words really don't do this justice. It's like you're like looking down on stars, seeing all the twinkling lights from the surrounding area, just in every direction.
Oh, perfect.
It's really
That's
beautiful.
pretty.
Yeah.
We'll
Our
make sure it
dream.
really twinkles.
Oh, extra twinkles for us.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then we're off to our second destination. We are going to pass back into a tunnel, and the projections will appear back on the windows with more countryside. And if you look carefully, you might see the Big Hero 6 team flying high above in the sky. So there is a little bit of an IP connection here.
I love that.
As we approach our second location, As we approach our second location, we'll pass through a tunnel again, and now we're all the way southwest in Fukuoka. Starting at Tochoji Temple, this elegant red structure showcases the beautiful Japanese architecture and houses the largest wooden Buddha. Keeping with the serene vibes that we get at the temple, we're then going to pop over to Nokonoshima Island for some more amazing florals. Japan really knows a thing or two about these wildflowers, it seems. The picture I saw of like this entire sea of yellow wildflowers just took my breath away. Like, Stephen, imagine the Instagram pictures you could get here. Like,
Ooh,
you
yeah.
just, oh my God, it's so beautiful. And then they have these other spots where it's just like these like clusters of these pink flowers just like all along this
Ooh.
hillside. And it's beautiful.
That sounds so pretty.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. So from Fukuoka, then we're going to be headed back north, sort of more towards like kind of the middle. We're going to head over to Osaka. As we arrive, our first stop is going to be Totombori District. It's brimming with neon lights and street foods ranging from takoyaki to Kobe beef. So you can enjoy lively crowds and iconic photo ops. Like they have this like Glico man sign that's really popular.
Oh, yeah, that's really famous.
Yeah.
Mhm. We are talking so much about food. I am ready
What
to head over
what
to
would
the
you
Japanese steakhouse. Like,
Yeah.
Meet you later at Benihana or something.
You know the one in
Yeah.
Chelsea, Stephen. I'll just bop
heck
right
yeah,
on over there.
we're coming over.
All right, so for the royalty among us, next is Osaka Castle Park, formerly the home of the wife of 16th century Japanese ruler Toyotomi Hideyoshi. The 15-acre Nishinomato Garden is one of Osaka's most beloved cherry blossom viewing spots, and it has the Osaka Castle Tower enhancing the backdrop. Then we're going to wrap things up with some shopping at Shinsaibashi Suji Shopping Street. It boasts a lively shopping arcade in a bustling neighborhood with a mix of high-end fashion, traditional wares, and diverse dining options. It's a vibrant spot for day 2-night exploration. And yes, this is a Disney ride, and as much as I'd like to stop at Universal Rides to see to stop at Universal Studios to see Mario World, it's just not allowed. So we'll just have to zoom right past this Osaka stop. It's so cute, though. It's so cute.
Oh, I gotta bravo to you for getting through those
Oh, I know.
Japanese names.
Yeah,
I hope it
Yes.
just at least sounded like I knew
Yeah.
what I was saying.
I'm
I mean,
impressed.
It sounded
to
good.
me. Sounded
Yeah, good work. Well,
nailed it.
finally it's time to return back to Tokyo, but on the way back, we will have the opportunity to catch a glimpse of Mount Fuji. The train will exit the building outside on the roof of the show building for a view of the actual Mount Fuji that we've built, towering above us. So you can look up through the glass and see the Mount Fuji above us. You're going to be surrounded by cherry blossoms all around you, and it will have quiet, meditative music. So this is a nod back to the peaceful moment of reflection slated for the original project.
And after we arrive back at the station to depart, Nikki and Momo thank you for testing out the new train line and hope you enjoyed the tour of their home.
Oh, we're back.
Fun.
And I drew a little sketch of how I imagined this looking, and I'll put this in on Instagram. It is
Looks
so
like
basic.
Looks like something I would have made.
But
It looks
I wanted to
great.
kind of give you the idea that like you're loading on ground one and then you're doing kind of like a spiral helix up to the next floor, and that's where the next set is. And then you helix up again to the next floor. So that's why there are 4 floors and a rooftop. And the rooftop is the Mount Fuji.
It looks
So-
a little like kind of Spaceship Earth-ish,
That's
where
what
you're
I
Yes,
was
like,
it's very
yeah.
similar to that.
Kinda.
Yeah. There's a lot of similarity. That's a good call out.
I like this. Do you know like how long does this attraction take? It feels like we saw so much.
8 minutes.
8
8
minutes.
minutes.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a nice,
Yeah.
nice length.
So really it'll be about
Yeah.
2 minutes per floor.
Okay.
Nice.
That's
Mhm.
nice.
Yeah.
I'm on board. I'm ready for it. Let's go.
I know. I love that.
I got my tickets ready.
Thank you.
Well, to sum it all up, we've reimagined the abandoned Mount Fuji attraction as Bullet Train Japan, a high-speed tour. This immersive ride takes guests on a journey through iconic Japanese cities, blending breathtaking scenery, modern technology, and cultural storytelling. Hosted by Nikki from Enhypen and Momo from Twice, it's a fresh take on Disney magic that honors the original scrapped version from the 80s.
Yeah.
I also like that they're in it just enough that they represent, they can draw, for now,
Mhm.
but also that could be easily swapped out as time goes on if you want to
Exactly.
add different
Yeah.
celebrities or different people.
You could
in.
change that out whenever. They're going to be visually pretty much only in the pre-show, and then their
Mhm.
voice will be heard throughout the ride, but they're not going to be talking the whole time. They're going to give you opportunity to just enjoy it and take in the sounds.
I'm
So
curious how many of our listeners were familiar with them before this episode. So they'll have to let us know.
Oh yeah.
have
Sound
all
Or
off
at
if
least
you know.
familiar with like Enhypen or
Mhm.
Twice, like surely.
I know Tracy out there
I was going to
from
say, I know
Rope
she,
Drop Knowledge.
she does.
She knows.
And Meg, if Meg's listening, she's
Meg's
our
listening.
Twice
She knows.
girly.
She's a big Twice fan. Shout out to Meg and Tracy, our K-pop listeners. Well, I will include a map on the Instagram as well. You probably already know where this is going, but it'll be in the exact spot that you're thinking, right behind the visual of the set of the Japanese Pavilion.
Now it's up to our listeners to decide if this proposal rides the rails to success or derails into oblivion.
Ooh, I like that.
Hey.
Here for a
So
pun.
serious.
Here for a pun. Will you race across Japan at bullet speed, or would you rather leave this attraction in the station? Cast your vote for approval or denial this Thursday in our poll on our stories. We're eager to hear if you think this journey is a one-way ticket to greatness or if we need to board a new train of thought.
Ooh.
Yeah, Marissa, come with it. Come on.
Thank you, pun queen extraordinaire.
You're welcome.
The feedback only inspires us to get better, so we truly welcome it. We want to know what you liked and disliked, so feel free to DM us and let us know. Just make it nice, please. I'm sensitive.
I wanted to make it nice.
I
Make
know,
it
I
nice.
know.
Make it nice.
That wasn't lost on me.
Okay, good.
Okay, I know I will be voting for approve because 1, I came up with it, and 2, I love those K-pop idols, and then 3, what's not to love? Like we mentioned earlier, make sure to follow on socials if you haven't already. That's at Idiots Imagineering on Insta, TikTok, Blue Sky, and Threads.
And if you're a Spotify listener, tap that 5-star button on our show page. Steven said he would pay us $10 per star, and I'm trying to cash in for a new Carousel of Progress tee.
She needs one. Get her one,
She
people.
needs a new Carousel
She
Progress
needs-
t-shirt.
She has
Yeah.
100. Why not 100 more?
Yeah, there's always room for more.
Oh, that's true.
Ooh.
I actually don't remember saying that, but go with it. Go with it. We get a star, $10 all
There we
around.
go.
Nope, you heard it
Anyway.
here. Don't forget, we get $10 a star.
So
Anyway,
Steven.
thanks for liking us.
God. Amanda, thank you for planning with me on our project this week. It felt like old times. And thank you to the rest of the idiots, Kaity, Marissa, and Jenny, for your feedback and commentary. And most importantly, thank you to the listeners for putting up with us for another week. Until next time, if you can dream it,
You can make a podcast about it. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
bye.
speaking of, today I'm joined by not 2, not 3, but all 4 all-you-can-eat sushi buffet oh, geez.
Enthusiast.
Enthusiast buffet. Okay,